do, what it do? This is your boy KQKC Boxing Network. And you know me, I'm still working. That's right. First of all, before we get into this video, I need you to hit my like button. Now, also, if you haven't subscribed to KQKC, go right ahead. Go right ahead and do it now. Now, you can subscribe to hear me call fights like this past Saturday, or you can hear daily live streams. If not, me and Knockout Boxing 86 TV, we are live every Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Time. Now, we missed yesterday, so we'll make it up to all my subscribers tonight at 6:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. The Young G and the OG will break down all the fights. Now, let's get to this video. We are talking about Bud Crawford and Golden Boy. Bud Crawford has signed with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Now, many of you have asked me, KQ, why is Bud Crawford, after finally breaking free from Bob Arum and Top Rank, why did he go and become a free agent, a promotional free agent at that, and turn around and sign with another company when he had all the marbles in his hands? Now, first of all, some people, and don't get this twisted, don't get this wrong, but some people are not as bright in certain, let me put it this way, in certain areas of life that they think they was. Excuse me. And this is my opinion and mine's only, not the LWC, no one else but KQ. He found out how hard it is to pretty much be his own boss. He found out it's a lot of things that detail in being your own boss that he don't even know nothing about. Let me tell you why. Because he been babysitted by Bob Arum. Bob Arum took care of everything. All he had to do is go in training camp. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Now, some people say, well, PBC, they're not their own boss. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. Al Heyman works for the fighters. Earl Spence is happy with Al Heyman. He loved Al Heyman, and he loved those checks he making. Now, Bernard Hopkins came out because, of course, Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya do not like Al Heyman. That's why Bernard Hopkins said what he said. Don't forget, they sued Al Heyman for so-called monopolizing the boxing community, which they lost. Why? Because all the fighters knew that they can be their own boss and they can make a little more money than they was making over at Golden Boy. Facts are facts. It's public knowledge. Look it up. Now, of course, Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford are on two different levels. And I'm not talking about as far as the best fighter. I'm talking about the best businessman. Why would Terrence Crawford sit there, even entertain the notion of a rock nation. I mean, even though they're involved or not, I would have hung up. Because don't forget, Terrence, they've been there and done that. And it failed. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, he feels by signing Terrence Crawford, he's going to use him like he used all the little black fighters he have over there. Because keep in mind, Terrence Crawford is entering nothing but a Hispanic promotional company. The same promotional company that made racist comments towards blacks years ago. Not that long ago. They still haven't apologized, which Oscar said he was going to try to. But, again, we all know Oscar is an alcoholic. He self-admitted that. And, of course, substance abuse. So, why would Terrence Crawford, and I'm asking you, my people, why would he sign with Golden Boy? Now, here goes the good part. Now, Oscar De La Hoya signed the Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight. Allegedly, he signed off on it. Okay, fine. But Oscar, and I said this on my live stream, don't you think that Al Heyman allowed Gervonta Davis to go ahead and do his thing and get his promotional company off the floor? Yes, he did. But don't you think for a minute that he gonna sit there and do business with you after you try to sue him and mess up his livelihood, which you lost? So why do you think, and why would Terrence fall for that speech that we got a lot of fights lined up for you leading to the Spence fight? Well, I'm sorry. Spence probably be gone to 154 by the time that roll around, and Al Heyman's not going to do business with you. Or maybe that's what Terrence want. It's called duck. It's called duck, duck, goose. And it sounds like Terrence Crawford is getting used to that duck word. Because allegedly, this will be the second time he done that. You see, the latest trick from this so-called Hall of Famer / substance abuse / chairman of Golden Boy Promotions, he wants to bring on Terrence Crawford and try to build him back up as a household name. Because remember, he doesn't sell. He doesn't bring anything to the table at 147. I don't want to hear nothing about 140. You know me. I call balls and strikes. If we were negotiating at 140, if we were talking about 140, if we was in 140, that'd be fine. But we're at 147. That's where we're at now. Now, of course, you can click your heels all you want to and try to go back to 140. Well, that ain't gonna happen. I wish I can. I wish I can. I wish I can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Terrence. You at 147, where Earl the True Spence Jr. has all 3 belts. But you don't want him to go undisputed on your ass. I'm sorry. I keep it straight up like that. But now, Hopkins, you came out and did a video. You pretty much shitted on Al Heyman, just like other content creators. Well, Al Heyman, and like Johnny Rice said, my guest that I interviewed last week, He said Al Heyman gave him his biggest payday ever. That's what Al Heyman does. He paid his fighters what they worth. Now, are you going to do that, Oscar? Or are you going to look out for Jose or Ortiz or all the above? Anybody, Gonzalez, all the Hispanic names. Because, let's be honest, Terrence Crawford might be the third black at Golden Boy. Black Cobbs? No, he's not black. He's mixed with whatever. So, how do you feel now, Terrence? Well, I guess you feel fine. Because you don't have to fight Earl Spence. Because that fight not going to materialize. Not as long as Oscar De La Hoya is in the driver's seat. KQ speaking facts this morning. Yes, it's 4:15 a.m. in Chicago, Illinois. And the snow is falling. And the bullshit is smelling. And it's smelling right there in Los Angeles, California at Golden Boy Promotions. So, you think you hit the jackpot, Oscar. But you soon will find out. The 36-year-old, yes, 36, because he's 35 right now, he will be 36 very shortly. The 36-year-old winding down his career, you think you hit the jackpot. Well, Al Heyman got a trick bag for you. Trust me, a Harvard lawyer, a very smart man that puts on all kind of Michael Jackson and Beyonce and managing of that and this and that, just the top of the tops. He got something for you. Now, of course, the Zone. Let's not forget them. The Zone is the platform that Golden Boy fights on. But don't forget, Showtime. They are the platform that PBC fights on. And occasionally Fox. But right now, Fox is entertaining the NFL and other sports at this time. But still in all, Steven Espinosa, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Showtime must be going out of business. Let everybody tell it. I've been hearing this for 5 years. It still haven't came to fruition. That's right, Garage Mouth. He said, I'm sorry, Bernard Hopkins. He stated that all the fighters are scattering because Al Heyman don't have the money. Oh, I'm sorry, Earl Spence is very happy. Keith Thurman, oh, he's very happy. He about to get another bag. If I had just one penny of how many times PBC and Showtime would be going out of business, I would be a very rich man. Stop capping. And Terrence, stop running. Now, if you don't want to fight Earl, just say so. Drop the belt and get to moving. Get to moving. We all seen the first time you went out that back door, and they just don't want to admit it. I don't understand what's wrong with you Crawford fans. You can't see what's in front of you. See, you gotta like boxing. You can't like the fighter. But then again, you can't like the fighter. There's nothing wrong with that. I love the Charlos. Yes, they're a pain in the ass. They are. And I know you think so too. But I still like they game. I still like they swagger. I still like the way they fight. Facts. Facts. So, therefore, Oscar De La Hoya said he told Terrence Crawford this: let us present you a schedule of fights leading up to the Spence fight. I have all the confidence in the world that Crawford versus Spence will happen. It might happen, Oscar. But not with you. Not with your ass. It's not going to happen. Such a fight sadly remains a mystical matchup for the moment. So, don't hold your breath, Terrence. See, this is why I tell you all. Y'all laugh at me. Y'all said KQ is hating. I think Terrence Crawford's a talented fighter. I just think he's not so bright when it comes to the business part of boxing. And sometimes you gotta stick to what you know. You gotta stay in your lane. And I think he just found that out. He just found that out. Because he was being coached, number one, on the Instagram. They had cue cards he was reading off. And also, he kept on listening to Floyd, who he talks on a daily basis, what I hear, allegedly. And people say, well, go ask about transparency. Oh, okay, let me write that down. Okay, then go ask, let's see the books. Okay, let me write that down. See, sometimes you try to play a role that you're just not fit for. Sometimes you're trying to try out for that role. And they go ahead and give it to you because who you are. But you don't know what you're doing. Do me a favor, Terrence. Leave the negotiations. Leave the business side of boxing to the big boys. See, the reason why PBC fighters, they know how to negotiate. Because, number one, Al Heyman taught them to. It's another reason why Earl Spence is worth more than you. Al Heyman showed them how to make smart investments. You see, that's what a promoter's all about. Is Oscar gonna teach you that? No. He can be drunk somewhere on a couch somewhere. And you're gonna have to deal with none other than Bernard Hopkins. Or someone else. Same with Bob Arum. That's why you didn't know anything about back-end money. The percentage of the back-end money could have been 3 times much as BLK Prime gave you. But we're here now. And I know BLK Prime is kicking itself. You robbed him without a gun or a knife. And you kept on going. You didn't even say thank you. You couldn't even pronounce their name. Wow. Wow. Isn't that something? Next up, Adrian the Problem Broner. He's next up. And he's the next one gonna F up. Wait and see. Keep in mind that KQKC said that. Now, with that said, Terrence Crawford has signed with Golden Boy Promotions. Oscar De La Hoya promised him the moon, the stars, and the Quaaludes. So there you go. But Earl Spence, regardless, he's going to make his money, and he always going to continue making his money. Al Heyman, as far as I know, he is not broke. Fighters are getting paid. The ones that deserve to get paid. Showtime, Steven Espinosa. Let Fred Hawthorne tell you, he's going to be out of the job. Well, when that's going to be, Fred? I heard that this summer. Stop your lying. Stop your capping. Stop your full of shit. And start telling the truth. If you don't know, it's a word you can use. It's called allegedly. It's called sources say. You want to be a so-called political representing the community? Well, nigga, you never stayed in no inner city. How can you help the community? They don't even know you. You living in another world. And it's not a black world. I am KQ. KC Boxing Network. Yes, I will elaborate on this today at 11 o'clock a.m. I do not hold my tongue. Everybody that subscribed to me knows what I call what? Balls and strikes. I'm tired now. I'm tired. I'm 56 years old. I'm not holding my tongue. I'm not holding my breath. And I might just let it out on everything. Stay tuned in the next week or two. Because KQKC gonna tell everybody what I think. That's the ones that full of shit. Now, I do come on Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. If there's a fight on, I'm your man. I'm gonna call the hell out of that fight, just like I did this weekend with the Beterbieus or Beterbia versus Anthony Yard. We're gonna cover that today also. And don't forget, me and Knockout Boxing. It's called the Morning After Show. We had to reschedule to tonight at 6:30 p.m. But that's okay. We're still gonna bring the heat. We're gonna still bring the greatest and the latest in the sweet science. KQ, don't hold his breath. KQ, we're gonna tell it like it is. So with that, that's all I got. Shout out to the almighty LDBC, and shout out to all my channel members and subscribers. I love you. I love that support. I love how you there when I'm grinding. My chat. Ain't nobody in the LDBC in my chat. No, nobody. Those are devoted subscribers. They are my base. That's right. I mean, no slight on the LBC or nothing like that. I'm just saying, these are the ones that I was able to reach. These are the ones that's devoted. And KQ will reward them for that. I will be doing pay-per-view giveaways. I got to reach my limit before I'll be able to give at least 2 away. Yes, that's why I always say that the super chats, they help a lot. And it's going back into the channel. It's not going in my pocket. I'm retired. I get a check once a month. And one thing about it, I am not, once again, I am not, will not follow no narrative. Keep that in mind. LDBC or not, I am not going to follow a narrative. You have my word on that. If Allah is my witness, alhamdulillah, I will not follow a narrative. So, with that, you have a great day, and I greet you, and I leave you with the words, and we say it in Arabic, Salaikum Salam. That means you go in peace. And with that, I'm out of here. I see you at 11 o'clock a.m. Peace and love.